The Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden took to the stage in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on Monday to basically point out an obvious fact that he is not yet president. Yeah, we already know that. But he did offer a rebuttal of last week's Republican National Convention, which saw the current the fake president, Fat Ass 45, and dozens of other speakers talk about nationwide protests and the violence that has sometimes been adjacent to them, as demonstrating the lawlessness of Joe Biden's America as they painted vivid pictures of the absolute chaos that would befall the country if Biden was elected in November. No one will be safe in Biden's America. This is what the Fat Ass 45 tried to say at his Republican National Convention last week. But make no mistake, if you give the power to Joe Biden, the Democrats will defund police departments all across America, which is what they don't want. They will pass federal legislation to reduce law enforcement nationwide, which never said that. They will make every city look like Democrat-run Portland, Oregon. On numerous videos I have mentioned this, and so have other people. Biden has never said that he wanted to stop supporting defunding police departments. His criminal justice plan calls for $300 million investment in the community-oriented policing services program to strengthen the community policing, as well as attaching contingencies on federal aid for police departments to enforce the certain standards of conduct, but that fact did not stop the fake president from making further efforts to link Biden to unrest over the weekend. Biden's speech today was meant to remind voters that we are currently living in Fat Ass 45's America. As Biden pointed out, the unrest in cities across the country is happening under Fat Ass 45's watch, and Biden also highlighted that COVID-19 has claimed more than 180,000 American lives. Many schools aren't reopening due to the pandemic, and the economy remains sluggish, with millions still relying on unemployment insurance to pay their bills. These are not images of imagined Joe Biden's America of the future. These are images of Fat Ass 45's America today. Biden said he keeps telling you that if he was fake president, you'd feel safe. Well, he is the fake president, whether he knows it or not. The former vice president's speech comes after another week of national unrest resulting in deadly shootings, one in Kenosha, Wisconsin, amid protests responding to the police shooting of Jacob Blake and another in Portland, Oregon over the weekend, and both the deadly violence broke out after protesters clashed with armed militia members that were supportive of the Fat Ass 45. As details are still emerging, but the Portland victim is believed to be Aaron Danielson, a reporter of the far-right Patriot Prayer Group. According to Willamette Week reporter Aaron Mesh, the victim was wearing a hat and a shirt with the group's logo. The shooting comes after supporters of Fat Ass 45 led a caravan of vehicles through the city Saturday and clashed with the anti-police brutality protesters in Portland's downtown. A video from journalist Corey Leah shows trucks flying the 45 flags, driving through people on the streets and unleashing pepper spray as the vehicles forced their way through a crowd of protesters. The killing follows another instance of a deadly street violence from just days ago. On Tuesday, a 17-year-old 45 nutlicker allegedly shot and killed two protesters in the city of Kenosha, Wisconsin, and injured a third. Kenosha has been the site of major protests since police shot Jacob Blake, a black man, at least 7 times in the back on Sunday, leaving him paralyzed from the waist down. On Monday, Biden issued a full-throated condemnation of some of the recent riots in American cities that have broken out following peaceful protests over police brutality in the cases of Blake, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and many others. While 45 and the Republicans have accused Democrats of embracing the riots, Biden has made it clear he sees a clear distinction between the riots and peaceful demonstrations, and is staunchly opposed to the former. I want to be clear about this. Rioting is not protesting. Looting is not protesting. Setting fires is not protesting, Biden said. It's lawlessness, plain and simple, and those who do it should be prosecuted. Destroying businesses only hurts hard-working families that serve the community, and it makes things worse, not better. But Biden also pointed out that the violence cannot solely be blamed on Antifa or the Democratic protesters, as the fake president and his allies have sought to do, and that many clashes have broken out after the armed 45 nutlickers have gotten involved. The Republican violence has been an incredibly motivating force for Biden to get involved in the 2020 race. He has repeatedly said that he was spurred to run after watching the deadly violence during the 2017 Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, And Fat Ass 45's subsequent comments that there are very bad people on both sides was crossing the line. He can't stop the balance because for years he has fomented. Basically, Fat Ass 45 can't stop the balance because for years Fat Ass 45 has fomented it, Biden said on Monday. He may believe mouthing the words law and order makes him strong, but his failure to call on his own supporters to stop acting as an armed militia in this country shows you how weak he is on that. Rather than engaging with Fat Ass 45's narrow argument on his ability to maintain law and order in the country, Biden has worked to broaden the idea of security, pointing out that America's safety has just as much to do with public health and a stable economy. More than 100,000 seniors have lost their lives because of the virus. More cops have died from COVID-19 this year than have been killed on the force. Nearly 1 in 6 small businesses closed in this country today, Biden said. Do you really feel fucking safe under Fat Ass 45? No. The RNC made it clear that Fat Ass 45 has settled on law and order as his main point of attack on Biden and the Democrats, but it also did little to address some massive changes that Fat Ass 45 has faced during his failed presidency, including the COVID-19 pandemic and the resulting economic struggle. The former vice president's speech Monday was a forceful repudiation of that attack because it shone a spotlight on Fat Ass 45's own record, and not just on race and policing, but a broader range of issues facing Americans. And Biden hammered home the point that the current America is the one of Fat Ass 45's own making. Our current failed squatter wants you to live in fear. Biden said. He advertises himself as a figure of order, but he isn't. So if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Ron Van Wyk, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And thanks for listening.